Urgent Dallas Cowboys fans, do not miss this. What just happened? You won't believe this one. But before we reveal the big news, make sure to subscribe to the channel because here we bring you daily videos with the latest Dallas Cowboys updates. And to not miss anything, activate the notifications. Hey Cowboys Nation, welcome back to the channel, where today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about moves of the season so far, the trade involving Logan Wilson. If you're a die-hard fan, you already know that the Cowboys' defense has been a major point of concern this year. It's been a roller coaster, to put it mildly, with flashes of brilliance but mostly moments of struggle that have left fans scratching their heads and questioning whether the team can truly contend for a Super Bowl this season. Today, we're going to unpack everything about this trade, what it means for the Cowboys, and why it might just be the move that finally turns things around on defense. So, what exactly happened? Well, the Dallas Cowboys decided to make a strategic move at the NFL trade deadline that sent shockwaves through the fan base. They traded a 7th-round pick to the Cincinnati Bengals to acquire linebacker Logan Wilson, player with significant NFL experience who's been a consistent performer in Cincinnati. Now, for many Cowboys fans, this was seen as a low-risk, high-reward type of move. Why? Because the Cowboys' linebacker core has been one of the most scrutinized areas this season, with many feeling that the unit lacked the consistency and playmaking ability needed to support the rest of the defense. And let me tell you, this trade is more than just a roster addition. It's a statement. It signals that the Cowboys are finally recognizing the urgency to address their defensive issues head-on. But what makes Wilson such a compelling addition? For starters, he's not just some journeyman filling a roster spot. Wilson has been a key player for the Bengals, leading the team in tackles from 2021 through 2023. His ability to read plays and be in the right place at the right time has been a hallmark of his game. Cincinnati's defense, which has had its own struggles, often relied on Wilson to be a stabilizing force. Now you might be wondering, what does this mean for the Cowboys' defense moving forward? Well, it's crucial to understand that Dallas's defense has been arguably one of the worst units in the league this season. They've struggled against both the run and the pass, often giving up big chunks of yardage and allowing opponents to sustain drives at critical moments. The linebacker position, in particular, has been a glaring weakness. Jack Sanborn, who was expected to step in and fill a leadership role, has not lived up to expectations. His performance has been underwhelming, and his grades from Pro Football Focus reflect that, a meager 47, 5 against the Giants, which is well below the league average. Sanborn, who came over from Chicago along with head coach Matt Eberflus, was seen as a potential leader for the defense, but reality has been unkind. His tackling has been inconsistent, with missed opportunities that have led to big plays for opponents. His coverage skills haven't been any better, and he's been caught out of position more often than fans would like to admit. If you look at his best play, breaking up a pass in the end zone late in overtime against Green Bay, you realize how much potential he has, but also how much he's fallen short of expectations. And then there's Kenneth Murray, Jr., another linebacker who's been on the roster but hasn't quite found his groove. His contributions have been modest at best, and with DeMarvion Overshown, who's been a bright spot when healthy, set to return from injury, the linebacker room might see some much-needed reinforcements. Overshown has shown flashes of playmaking ability, and pairing him with Wilson could be a game-changer. The tandem of Wilson and Overshown would be a significant upgrade over what we've seen so far, providing Dallas with a much-needed boost in run defense and pass coverage. Now, let's take a step back and analyze what this means for the team's overall strategy. The Cowboys have been relying heavily on their defense to carry the team, especially when Dak Prescott has had some inconsistent moments this season. Prescott, despite some struggles, has been a prolific scorer, and the offense has been among the best in NFL history in terms of points scored at home. The team is only the third in league history to score at least 40 points in each of its first 3 home games, which is no small feat. Yet the defense's shortcomings have hindered their ability to close out games and secure wins against tough opponents. This trade indicates that head coach Mike McCarthy and the front office are acutely aware of these issues and are willing to make bold moves to shore up the defense. It's an acknowledgement that the team's Super Bowl hopes hinge on how well they can improve defensively. The question now is, will Wilson's addition be enough to turn things around? Or is this just a band-aid on a much larger problem? Looking at the historical context, the Cowboys have faced similar dilemmas in past seasons, where a lack of defensive consistency hampered their playoff runs. The 2020 season, for example, saw a defense that was inconsistent, leading to early playoff exits. The hope now is that Wilson's veteran leadership and tackling ability will provide the stability needed. Additionally, His experience in Cincinnati, a team known for its gritty, physical style of play, could help instill a more disciplined approach in Dallas's linebackers. Statistically speaking, Wilson's performance over the past few seasons has been impressive. He's averaged over 100 tackles per year, showing his durability and consistency. His ability to diagnose plays quickly and his tackling prowess, often finishing among the team leaders in stops, are exactly what the Cowboys need. They've lacked that kind of reliable, instinctive linebacker play this season. If Wilson can replicate his Bengals form in Dallas, he could become a cornerstone of the defense for years to come. But let's not forget the bigger picture. The Cowboys are in a season where every game counts. The NFC is highly competitive, with teams like the Eagles, 49ers, and Lions fighting for playoff positioning. The addition of Wilson could be the piece that helps the Cowboys climb the standings and secure a playoff spot. Still, it's not just about individual talent. It's about scheme, chemistry, and execution. Will Wilson adapt quickly to the Cowboys' defensive scheme? Will his leadership qualities resonate with the other players, especially in a locker room that has seen some turbulence recently? These are the questions fans are asking. And speaking of scheme, Mike McCarthy's defensive coordinator system has been under scrutiny. Some fans believe that Eberflus's influence has been a double-edged sword, bringing in his Chicago-based system but failing to produce results. The recent rumors and debates about Eberflus's future with the team add another layer of intrigue. Will the Wilson trade influence the coaching staff's decisions? Could it be a sign that the Cowboys are willing to shake up their defensive philosophy? Or, conversely, is this just a strategic move to buy some time until the offseason to overhaul the entire system? Now, let's zoom out and compare the Cowboys' defense with other teams in the league. The Patriots, Bills, and Ravens have traditionally been known for their elite defenses. What sets them apart? Discipline, tackling, and scheme mastery. The Cowboys, despite having some talented players like Micah Parsons, haven't been able to replicate that level of consistency. Parsons' emergence as a superstar pass rusher has been a bright spot, but linebacker play has lagged behind. Wilson's arrival might help balance this out, but it's not a fix that will happen overnight. Defense is about cohesion, communication, and trust, elements that take time to develop. Looking ahead, the Cowboys' schedule grows increasingly challenging. They face the Detroit Lions soon, a team with one of the most potent offenses in the league, led by Jared Goff and a roster full of explosive weapons. The Lions' offense is a true test for any defense, and the Cowboys will need all the help they can get. Wilson's addition could be a key factor in limiting those offensive fireworks. Moreover, the upcoming games against divisional rivals like the Eagles and Giants will be critical in shaping their playoff prospects. Every win counts, and defensive improvements could be the difference between a wild card berth and missing out altogether. Fans are naturally buzzing with excitement and skepticism. Some believe this move signals a new era for the Cowboys' defense, an aggressive, no-nonsense approach with Wilson as a leader. Others worry that it's just a band-aid, a quick fix that won't address deeper systemic issues. The debate is heating up on social media, sports radio, and among analysts, with opinions divided but the stakes clear. This season could go either way depending on how quickly and effectively the team adapts to these changes. Finally, what can we realistically expect? The truth is, Wilson's impact will depend heavily on how well he meshes with the existing roster and coaching staff. His leadership and tackling ability are unquestioned, but the defense needs more than that. It needs cohesion, discipline, and a strategic overhaul. If the Cowboys can get everyone on the same page quickly, Wilson could become a cornerstone of their defense for years to come. But if they fail to adapt, it might be another season marred by defensive struggles, and fans will be left wondering whether this move was enough or just a temporary patch. As we all know, the NFL is a league of moments and adjustments. One trade can change the entire landscape. The Cowboys are betting that Wilson's addition is the spark they need, and honestly, they have no choice. With their playoff dreams hanging in the balance, every game becomes a must-win and every defensive stop is magnified. The next few weeks will tell us a lot about the true potential of this team, and about whether this trade was a masterstroke or just another chapter of what could have been. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Dallas Cowboys news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and IT makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let's continue with the big reveal. So what's next? Well, the Cowboys aren't done yet. The defense still has plenty to prove, and Wilson's arrival sets the stage for some interesting developments. Will he become a team captain? Will he help mentor younger players like Damon Clark? These are questions we'll be watching closely. And with the upcoming schedule, every game will be a test of this new defensive identity. The rivalry games, the must-win divisional matchups, They all hinge on whether Dallas's defense can finally find its stride. Looking further ahead, the franchise's long-term plans could be influenced by how well Wilson performs. If he becomes a key piece, could this trade influence future decisions about the coaching staff? Will Jerry Jones see this as a sign to invest more heavily in defense in the coming offseason? The landscape of the Cowboys roster is always evolving, but this move signals a clear intent. They mean business this year. To wrap it all up, I want you, the fans, to think about this. Could Logan Wilson be the missing piece that elevates the Cowboys from a good team to a legitimate Super Bowl contender? Or is this just a temporary fix in a season that's already been full of surprises? The truth is, the NFL is unpredictable, but one thing's for sure. This trade has injected new energy and hope into a fan base eager for success. So stay tuned, because the story of the Cowboys season is far from over. The next few games will be pivotal, and we'll be right here, breaking down every play, every move, and every moment that could define this team's future. Remember, football is a game of inches, and sometimes just one player or one move can change everything. And now, Dallas Cowboys fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this Logan Wilson trade? Do you think it will be the move that finally turns around the defense? Or are you still skeptical about the team's ability to reach the Super Bowl this season? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Cowboys. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Dallas Cowboys news. Thank you for sticking with us through this deep dive. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, hit that notification bell, and share this video with your fellow Cowboys fans. Because in the end, we're all in this together, hoping for that ring, that victory, and that unforgettable season. Until next time, go Cowboys.